Hi guys, this is Martin, aka Martin the Vlogger, and welcome to episode 6. If you haven't seen videos, previous episodes, go to themartinthevlogger.com or just scroll through my YouTube channel. Episode 6 of how we rebuilt Can-Am Spyder F3 limited special series. A lot of things to do, and we have very short period of time because next week we are already rolling with all of our bikes, or most of our bikes. They are here, some of them are there, to Grossglockner, so stay tuned on that. And what you can see in today's episode, well, we will talk about top cuff and phone holder. So what are the good things, what are the bad things, what are the options here, and I'll show you also my setup on the beast, what I'm using and what we are using on a tour and rental agency, and what are the advantages and disadvantages. We will go through the belt tensioner, because yes, we are using the belt tensioner all the time. Why, what to be aware of, things like that. Swaybar, the heavy duty pro. We do not have competitor on the market, and today I will be very direct, like no bullshit, just direct. I'll tell you why. And rear shock, this is something that it's a challenge, because we will try to install the shock in the garage, just normal garage conditions, so everybody can do it at home. So rear shock with a hydraulic preload adjuster. Tour and rental agency, tourzone3.com. I'm doing things differently. Our bikes, if you are coming to Europe and ride Europe on 3 wheels, are same like yours at home, just better. tourzone3.com. So we have a hydraulic upgraded Wilbur shock. We will have one at the back and the front. If you are watching these episodes, you know that we have 1 centimeter, like really the higher shock at the front, so that Wilbur's longer shocks are already at the front. And last not least, the thing we will talk, it's a bottle holder. We have many guests from US. It's very popular to have a bottle in US. Europe, it's starting because it's getting warmer. So I will talk about bottle holder. It goes on the frame, and again, I'll tell you good things and bad things. Good? A lot of work, so enough of this bullshit. Let's get started. Okay, so this is the phone holder, and let me explain you what are the parts that you can buy on martinthevlogger.com/shop. Your #1 place in the world for Can-Am Spyder, Riker and Canyon parts. And let me also go to the beast, and I will show you my setup, why, and an explanation why I'm doing it a little bit differently. Also with parts that I'm not selling, it's a top tip. So here, this one is called top cuff. You can put it on left side, right side. Now we have it also for 2024 model. Price is a little bit different because on 2024 model and newer with the LED display or LCD, whatever it is, the display, the touchscreen display, you need 2 parts. With previous models, only top part is needed to be replaced, so it's tiny bit cheaper. Now this is called top cuff, and it has 1 hole in the front, another one at the back. There are universal hole. I don't know how many inch or what is the size, but it's quite typical for the industry. And on top, you can see a push pin in here. That's where you can put the mirrors. It's a very popular upgrade to put the mirrors in here, especially for F3 models. So left side, right side, and you put the mirrors in there. As you can see, we are using the X-Grip. X-Grip is a technology or mount you can find on Amazon, like the cheaper versions, or Ram company is doing the X-Grip. It consists out of a ball mount on the bottom. This is what I call the bridge. You can have it shorter or longer, it's up to you. Another ball on top. Now you can use it as a phone holder, or you can use it for various other things, like another ball on top. And this one is for GoPro. I don't know if you can see it, but it's for GoPro. So it has various options to be used. And also here, many people do put here bottle holders. I'm not really a big fan of bottle holders on the handlebars, but many people do it, so it's everybody's call, right? So this is how you guys, or this is how many guys, and we in Tour and Rental Agency are using this. Now, what is my setup? What is the setup on the Beast? And let me show you one reason why I'm using quad lock. One of the reasons I'm using quad lock. It's similar as a company that is called SP Connect. They are having the same thing. I'm a quad lock guy for many years, and this is, I don't know, hopefully you can see it. It's my stand for when I'm recording shorts on my phone. So it's very universal. That's one of the reasons why I'm using it. The second reason why I'm using it is because it's a very good case. The disadvantage is that it's a little bit bulky, and you know, you need to have this kind of opening, and it's not the Louis Vuitton style or a Pucci or whatever, but it's a rubberish, and it's a little bit bigger at the edge, so it goes over the display, so when it falls down this way, it doesn't break. So very good quality. Now my setup on the Beast. It's, as you can see, I'm using top cuff on one side because I'm having a GoPro camera here when I'm doing a crazy Martin the Vlogger riding. I'm having quad lock with anti-vibration damper. So many phones do require to have a vibration damper because you can destroy your camera. So this one is a little bit bulkish because it's a wireless charging station as well, and it goes on a bike. You need to have the grip. I'm sorry, I'm not nervous, it's just sometimes it doesn't work with you. So like this, there you go. So it's all there. You can go full speed and it won't go away, right? And as you can see, this is my another tip. It's called bar clamp. So this one is called top cuff. This one is called bar clamp. It's very, again, universal. You just replace the middle part for OEM looking part. And in this case, I have, again, a RAM system to hook anything I need in here, usually GoPro camera. But I can very easily replace this with 4 bolts, and I need to go to that bike. And as you can see, we have it for Garmin. You can have the what is the name of the new Garmin? Something 2, XP2. And this one is the first generation of the Garmin, the 1 series. So you can have this, we call it swivel, GPS swivel. So you can have it there, and it looks OEM, it's great looking. You have the navigation in here, and you don't have to use that shitty BRP Connect thing that never works. So I think that's pretty much about the phone and all other setups. Hopefully useful tips. If you like what I do, subscribe, like, hit the notification, comment, Martin, whatever. Comments are helping to make the videos visible. Now on to our more upgrades. So the bottle holder, let me go a little bit closer. Great design, super easy to install. On this, well, this is a, what is this, frame? So frame cap, and you just put it in there. You have nice bottle close to you. Engine is not really overheating the bottle, so that's great. And actually these things is a great idea. We use it for bottle holders, and we also use it for third pack. So of course flowboards are flowboards, but if you have F3S, for example, and you have only those packs, you can have a third peg right over there. So that's a great area. There's one thing I don't like. And we already do have it on our to-do list. We have a long list, because if you're watching my videos recently, we are rebranding, and Martin the Vlogger is Martin the Vlogger, but we will go as NOB S3, because there are no bullshits for our three-wheelers. And that's the whole brand, whole shop will be like that. Stay tuned. And we have many products that are coming shortly. Some of them are already produced, final testing. Stay tuned on that. And this one we will need to adjust as well. For many, this upgrade works perfectly. For many, it will not. For those that are taller people, I'm 2 meters, so 6'4", 6'5". I guess like Michael Jordan used to be that size. So what was it, 6'4", 6'5", something like that. It's simply not completely, but it's in my way. So for me, it's a no-no. For many guests that are coming to our tour and rental agency, they told me like they're using this frame bottle holder and they like it. So we're gonna have it, and it's a matter of minutes to remove it if it's in the way of somebody. But not for me. I wish, but we will need to figure it out a little bit differently. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. And of course, tiny bit of a thing, new bottles, NOB S3. Not sure if it's already on the shop or not, because we are extremely busy, but bottles from us, just a tiny thing. Yeah, on to the next upgrade. So once I have it like this, I will repeat it on the other side. All right, 2 types of comments about Swaybars. One, many people do comment that, hey, I have a stock Swaybar, and all of you guys out there, you don't need upgrade because it doesn't make any sense. Okay. 2, Martin, can you tell me what's the difference between your heavy duty Swaybar Pro, the longest, the thickest, and the only Swaybar in the whole world that has 3 different setups available? What's the difference to competitors? And I will be very careful here. I don't care personally, but I try to be fair to everybody out there, because they're not sitting here, they cannot defend. But I'll put you, before I will get to this, and it's going to be in the second part of this section, I'll tell it to you this way. Our Swaybar Heavy Duty Pro from Martin the Vlogger, and this is not a sales pitch, it's just a fact. We are in a different league. We do not have competitor on the market. This is not an arrogant comment. This is self-confident comment. I'll get there why. Because longest, thickest, the only Swaybar that has 3 different setups. And often you compare it to, you want me to compare it to Ultimate Swaybar from Bahrain. I like Ron, never met him in person. He's very polite. He was always polite to me. He's not sitting here. He cannot defend. I think fairly what I can say is that I don't agree how those types of Swaybars that they are cut here and you have link here and link there are built. I don't agree with that, because Swaybar is everything about how strong it is, and if you have a moving part here and moving part there, just a tiny bit of movement, it ruins the whole Swaybar. I just simply don't agree how it is done. So anyway, I will focus on our Swaybar. I will tell you what are the things that nobody can compete with. So let's go back. Let's go back to Swaybars, and those that are watching and will have wheel to watch and learn, maybe. 95% of the comments who says upgrading Swaybar will do 0 to you have never ridden Can-Am Spyder, Riker or Canyon with stock Swaybar and aftermarket Swaybar, good aftermarket Swaybar. Never. Those 5%, or let's say 10, simply don't have the riding skills to be able to evaluate the upgrade. And it's all fine because we are all different. I know nothing about nuclear energy. Like, I just don't. But that's completely fine. And there are people in the world that simply cannot justify what upgraded Swaybar do to your bike. Most of my customers, and how I do it, if somebody buys the bike, he comes, what type of upgrade he wants, I tell him, and I say, but go and ride with stock things, and then come back to me, I'll do the change, and go for a ride and tell me. And when they do this, and they come for Swaybar install and maybe wheel bears and shocks, they go out from the garage, first couple of corners, they come back, big smile, because they do understand, okay? Let's go back to the reality. What Swaybar does and where you can find it on your bike. It's of course in the front part of your bike. If I'm looking right now on F3, it's where is the mud flap, and it connects your A-arms. So one A-arm to another with the bar. Okay, not wheels, not shocks, A-arm to A-arm. What Swaybar does, this is a joke, this stock one is a joke. What it does, it connects the bar, and great example is, you go around the corner and it moves the force, it moves the pressure from one A-arm to another, right? So, highly hypothetically, we go left, inside of the wheel goes up, right side goes down. It has nothing to do with shocks. Of course, shocks has some role in this, but because of the big pressure, you're trying to twist. You go a little bit faster, you are heavier, you are riding too up, so the whole bike is heavier. You try to do it, you try to turn the bike. And that's the pressure. With upgraded Swaybar, the pressure is much less because the Swaybar, it's bigger, it's thicker, but it's bigger, and I will get there. It will help you to go around the corner better. Stock Swaybar creates the bike like understeer. That means the bike doesn't want to turn. It kicks you out from the street, all right? So outside from the corner. Stronger Swaybar makes you go around the corner better. Stronger Swaybar can distribute the pressure from one wheel to another in the way that your bike doesn't lift the wheel that much anymore. Well, oh, I need to change it. I just can't look at that stock Swaybar. This is art. So, strong Swaybar doesn't allow you to lift your wheel. I don't want to say anymore because I'm Martin the vlogger. I still can lift one wheel. It's not a problem. You cannot defeat the principles of three-wheelers, but it's much harder to do it. So, with aftermarket Swaybar, there is not that much lifting of the wheel. You go around the corner, the bike likes to go around the corner much easier. You are not understeer, but you are not oversteer as well, so I will get there. With stronger Swaybar, because it can distribute the forces between the wheels much better, with stronger Swaybar, you can control the bike with much less power in your hands. That's a great thing. For example, windy conditions. The wind blows, you try to fight the bike on the highway or on some road. With stronger Swaybar, it's much easier. It also works almost like a power steering. With crazy setup, you can navigate the bike with a pinky almost. All right? So you have much more control with less power on the windy conditions. What about rails? You know, from lorries or trucks or bumps? you dance, you go on the top of the rail, then you go down and you fight the bike. With this one, it's much better, much more comfortable, much more predictable. You will feel much better. So, lifting of the wheel, power steering, better control, less effort, better going around the corners. And it's very hard to explain, but in the Sport Plus, because we have Comfort, Sport and Sport Plus, or less skilled riders, super skilled riders, and the crazy setup, the Sport Plus, you hit, you really like, you flick the ride, and the bike goes, like within microseconds. It's hard to explain, but with the stock Swaybar, the bike is like, I will turn. Like you do that, of course the bike will turn, but with this one it moves and the bike goes. Like the change of the direction, it's immediate. Okay, hopefully we understand what the Swaybar does. The bigger the better, always. Had to say that. Now, with all of this, there is one comment that is, you remember I told you with upgrading the Swaybar, it won't help you? That's bullshit. It will. But, and some, I don't know if other shops are watching my videos. I'm not watching theirs, but links. Riker links, stock ones, plastic, shitty. Spyder links, F3, RS, RT, shit. Can-Am links, good links. But on our shop, on martinthevlogger.com/shop, or in the future, NOBS3, because there are no bullshit for our three-wheelers, there is no bullshit for our three-wheelers. You cannot buy just links. Upgrading links and using the stock Swaybar is just marketing pitch. I'm very sorry. Somebody spends 100 euros, I don't know for how much they're selling it, 200, I don't know. You change it, you go for a ride, and say, yeah, it's great upgrade. Bullshit. It won't help you. It will, because this is plastic, it still has some movement. It don't. On the other hand, so changing just plastic links for aluminium without changing Swaybar, bullshit. On the other hand, and Martin the Vlogger is not selling it because I just don't believe in it. It's not worth for me to sell it to make extra bucks. I don't know. I don't care. On the other hand, changing it, we do not sell Swaybar, this heavy-duty Swaybar, because it's a professional Swaybar. It's made in Germany. Also, how it is made is very important. I will tell it to you. We are not using any heat. To turn this, we are not using heat. We're using pressure. And that's the correct way. Because Swaybar is everything about strength. And remember this, because I will get there with the comparison. So, because it's very strong, we need strong links as well. So that's the reason why you can buy it only with strong links. With Can-Am, we will be selling this heavy-duty Swaybar Pro. Write me into email in case you want one. Because at the moment it's not on the shop, but we have it. But we don't need to sell it with links, because links on the Can-Am are good. I'm surprised. Swaybar is shitty. Bushings inside are shitty. Yeah. Actually, it's stupid, I know. Additional comment. We were actually happy to see that the bushings are shitty. And the principle of the stock Swaybar is shitty. It creates a smile on our face. We said, yes! Yeah, because we are doing it the correct way and they are not. So anyway, it's a business. So with Swaybar, I'm going to a comparison, and I would like to be, I don't want to edit anything from this part to be as authentic as possible, but I will not put A-bomb on Baharon Swaybar or on Ultimate Swaybar. Just somebody calls it heavy duty or somebody calls it Ultimate, it doesn't mean the Swaybar is amazing. What I have a problem with, it's cut here, and you have one link here, one there. We are using the not heat but pressure. That's the correct way how to create a really strong Swaybar. Swaybar is everything about power. No extra moving parts. Keeping the force in the Swaybar, And if you have more moving parts on the sway bar, it's wrong. Now, stock sway bar, have a look. I can put it inside. Nobody really does any longer or much longer sway bar. We go to the extreme. So you might think, oh, Martin the vlogger, smart ass, yeah, everybody can do it. Not really. You need a lot of testing, big balls to do this. Why? Do you remember I have told you understeer, and then the bike, it doesn't, with aftermarket sway bar, the bike is not oversteering, but it turns better. Well, it's like with this. The bigger the better, right? But there are some limits. We can still fit like 1 or 2 centimeters into that bike or into RT, not a problem. There is still a space, but we can't do it. Why? Wrench. Try to use this one, the small wrench on your rims. You go and you can tighten your rims, right? The wheel nuts. And you have this big wrench. Which of these can tighten your wheel with less power? Well, of course the big one, because you can just do it with your one hand. You hear the click because it's a torque wrench, whatever. But if you would have a super long wrench, highly hypothetically, you could very easily destroy the nut or whatever, highly hypothetically, okay? With extra long sway bar, the bike can be crazy to ride. Now we believe 100% of people are able, even in a Sport Plus, control the bike without any issues, of course, and it will give you benefit. If you go crazier, I was thinking to go crazier, and one day maybe I will go crazier, the bike will be super sharp and actually can very much act like oversteer. You turn the bike and the bike will go and the rear of the bike will start to overtake you. So you need to be, like, you need to know what you're doing. We're working with H&R. Martin the vlogger don't have all the logic. I have my friend in Germany with whom we are working on these. So don't get me wrong, Martin the vlogger is not the smartest person by far in the world, but these people, H&R, they know what they are doing. They have put the maximum what we can do, and we are maintaining it. Thick, I already told you about this. Our sway bar is the thickest one on the market. Why? Because the thicker, the less effort, again, you can, how long it is, the less effort, but also how thick, how much force it can transfer. It's very important. Last but not least, yeah, this is very important. The closer to the bar you are, or to this corner, more professional it is. With this one, we call it Comfort, Sport and Sport Plus, or I always like to say less skilled riders, skilled and super skilled riders. So noticeable difference, how the bike is sharp, how the bike will turn around the corner, how the bike will lift the wheel. So yes, we are the only ones, and changing it's within a couple of minutes. So you can, I have many customers that they are starting on Comfort and they go to the Sport. I have many customers and Spyder riders or Riker riders that goes from Sport to the Sport Plus after some time. Hopefully it's clear now. In case you have more questions, just write them into comments, and if there will be more questions, I can record another video. Now, on to a next upgrade. So, our next upgrade adds Wilbur shock for the back. We have Wilbur shocks in the front. The very first time we have installed 1 centimeter higher or longer Wilbur shocks for F3 Limited as well. So extra ground clearance for no bottoming whatsoever. And today also for the rear, we're gonna remove that stock shock. And it's a challenge because simultaneously, I will not do it like I will put it on a lift and change it and everybody is happy. but I would like to do it Kiss way, so keep it simple, stupid, as much as possible in everyone garage conditions. So I'm recording this type of video. Cross fingers, let me see if we can do it. As you can see, it works. And I have here the stock shock. You want to hear the truth? This is maximum like $20 worth of shock. So no wonder that you hear that metallic sounds, almost like bam sound when you hit the pothole and the bike goes. It's even worse on RT20 Plus. Never mind. It's cheap, the spring is cheap, the body is even cheaper. It's just bad. Now, there are some questions related to changing the rear shock on F3 Limited and also RT models, because you have that pillow there, the cushion, right? Martin, when we have it there, it doesn't make sense. Does it interfere one with the other? It makes sense, and it doesn't interfere, because one system is independent from the next one. The pillow, all it does is just levels your bike. That's it. All the bumps, all the traction on the road, if you would like to have comfy ride, how it goes back when there is a bump, everything it's taken by this. So if you like yourself, if you like to have more performance, if you like to have a more comfort for the passenger, because he or she is taking everything with that shock, right? All the hits, everything. Upgrade it. This is bullshit. Let me finish the job. And we have many other things to do. We have belt tensioner to do. I found out that I need to put smoked Slayer lights. I need to do pedal box. I need to finish this. And it's quite a lot of things for one episode. And I was talking way too much about Swaybar. So guys, this is it from this episode. There's still gonna be one more. Let me know if you like these shorter versions. Still, they're over 10 minutes. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy these videos, if you have learned something or find out something. And yeah, in case you would like to have wheel bears, in case you would like to have whatever, like phone holders, bottle holders, anything for a Can-Am Spyder Rebuild or Canyon, go to the martinthevlogger.com/shop, your #1 place in the world for these Can-Am 3-wheelers. And in case you would like to ride Europe on 3 wheels, go to tourson3.com. Now guys, enough of this. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, always have fun. What?